Hello, everybody. You're watching another episode of Daily Dungeon. My name is Scream Truth, and with me today is Max Ride
Hey everybody, what's going on?
and Cars.
I like cookies.
Yes, you do. What
Uh, to,
will we be talking about today, Sean?
Today, we're going to be talking some more about the Dungeoneering. Now that we are in the Furnished floors, as you can see in the gameplay that's going on while we're talking, we're
Yep.
talking about the bosses from that area.
Oh boy.
Dun dun
Uh,
dun.
yeah. Um, a lot of these bosses aren't exactly hard. We're getting closer to that point where it'll get more interesting, and for extra filler, we'll probably talk about the roles in a dungeoneering team. So, without further ado, let's get started with the Ram or Not. I'll give some background on it. He's part of the Ram or Not Guard, and in the notes, he kept ordering a bigger, or they kept ordering a bigger mace for him because it just wasn't big enough. You know.
That's what she said.
And then
Uh,
didn't it max out like, okay, we ordered the largest mace and yeah, it was all good.
it was something like that.
Yeah.
Um, you need a dungeoneering level of 35 in order to fight the Ram or Not. Um,
So fairly
mine's,
high.
yeah,
Uh,
fairly high.
For
His combat level ranges from anywhere from 88 to 498,
wow.
and his life points can get as high as 16,320 at that level.
That is a lot of life points.
He's actually a very fun boss to fight.
Really? Because you're the one that stands there and we run around in circles?
Well, it's just because I hit him so hard with magic. So
Yeah, speaking of which, how big is the actual in-game mace? Is it like huge?
It's about as big as him. I'm looking
Wow.
at the GIF right now.
yeah. One thing that I've noticed, I don't know if it really does anything. Try not to use prayer on this boss because he has a tendency to charge a lot more. That's just something I've noticed. I'm not seeing anything that's what that's a cause and effect thing, but I never fight this boss with prayer on because he just seems to charge more whenever I do that. When he does charge, you're gonna want to run away, otherwise he can hit you and do some damage. Take off
Duh.
your prayer. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, he also does a swing, um, which attacks anything within two squares of the RuneScape grid. Um, it will also reduce defense if you actually get hit by that. So try to
Nice. So you have to
avoid
stay
that.
awake while fighting this boss.
Yeah.
Nope, it's time to take a nap.
Um, they he is immune to ensnaring spells.
Oh,
So,
he's so big.
but the blaster ring works on
Yeah, the blast
him.
ring will snare him still.
Yeah. Uh, methods to fight him, just pretty much tank the guy and avoid his swings and
Run
and
around
his
the room.
charges. Yeah. You'll be fine if you do that. So, yep, that is that boss. Anything else to add on him?
Um, it's best to have one guy luring him, running around the room. And have a lot of food, and have melee armor, and win. Don't die.
And hit the win key.
If you corner him, he'll charge. I don't know if you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't try and corner him. Continuing on, what's the next boss?
Our next boss is the Stomp.
Or the
Pretty
push-up.
annoying boss, but
Hold
yeah,
on, let me guess
they
what
made
he
him
does.
they made him a bit easier.
Actually, you're thinking it wrong, Jordan. You can guess that he stomps on you, but this is wrong.
Okay, what
He
does he
also
do?
requires level 35 Dungeoneering. He is in the Behemoth class, so if you read the Behemoth notes, you can find some stuff on him. How you fight him is you go around and you collect the color crystals and you place the appropriate color crystals onto the stones in order to keep him from healing himself each round. There's 3 rounds of this. Yeah. Um,
Sounds
Once
like
you
a
get
fun
him on the
time.
3rd time, unless you, I think he automatically dies after you put in the red crystal. Correct?
Um. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what happens. Um, he has
Please
4
comment in the.
attacks. One's magic, I believe. 2 of them are range, and one's melee. So, you don't really have to be worried about him. He doesn't hit very hard.
He's
Um,
just annoying.
yeah, he's just pretty annoying. His highest combat level seen in Dungeoneering is 376. His lowest being 54. Um, Yeah, and his life points vary from anywhere between 1,880 to 2,940.
Oh,
His max hit is a 122 or a 129, depending on his level.
interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. Um. While you're fighting this boss, rocks will fall from the ceiling. You want to avoid these, otherwise they can do damage to you. Um,
You
before
want
they
to
pat,
avoid these,
before they
otherwise they hurt
updated,
you.
before they updated, rocks would always fall in front of the crystals,
It pissed me
which
off.
seemed to be in almost every single round, which is why a lot of people really hated to fight Stomp, even though he was easy.
Yeah. So it's easier now because it's not there anymore. There's a path there all the time instead of just being in your way.
Almost all the time.
I have not encountered a not path yet. A not path.
Okay. Well. Okay. Our next boss is Yarlak the Rift Splitter, or Harlak. Harlak. I think that's how you'd pronounce it.
These guys always seem
Arlak.
to have pretty gnarly names.
Arlak. Arr.
This guy is known for portal making. If you
Annoying.
read the Dungeoneering notes, um, he has 3 different types of attack, I believe.
Yes.
Um, he has a melee attack, which is basically crush. His magic attack, which is a gray sludge, which drains prayer, and his portal attack. There's 3
Which
different types of portals. The flame
He
one,
yells
dealing
space.
damage to you constantly. The miasm one, um, that also does damage to you and poison constantly. The poison stays. And the downsize, this it will cut down your size. Summoning gray portals will rapidly reduce all combat stats. So try and stay out of those too. Um, he also has a prayer disabling attack. So when he attacks you, he can turn off your prayer. So you gotta be watching that too.
did you just say miasm?
I
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
miasma.
Okay.
I are no good at English.
English. It's okay. Um.
His
Yeah.
combat level ranges from 84 to 508, and his at level 508, his life points are at 14,712.
Ooh.
Yep. Some methods to fighting him are stay out of the portals at all times. Um, use protect from magic or melee. Corresponding goes for the curses. So the deflect mage and deflect melee. Yeah, just tank him.
Yeah, and just run around them and avoid the portals, and you should be good. And if you fail, it's
And
because you're
cure
failed.
yourself from poison if the mage in your team has done lunar diplomacy. They can
Or
cure
you
other.
can have anybody doing that in your team. You can do cure group.
Yeah, or you can do cure group.
Doesn't need to be the mage.
So make sure you do that.
Okay.
We had to cut this recording short. We will be back on Monday with the rest of the Furnished bosses. See you then.